Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. You know, in the last couple episodes, I covered about starting to put cash in your wallet and it making you feel different because now you're carrying money in your pocket. Let's take things one step further. Remember in previous episodes how I said that the product of your lifestyle today is how you spent all your yesterdays up until now. Well, what it comes down to with your finances is the lifestyle that you have is determined by how you spent your money up to this point. If you don't have the money in the bank that you'd like to have, it isn't because you didn't make enough money. It's because you've made the wrong lifestyle choices. You've lived above your means. In other words, you started out with one credit card, you used it to buy some stuff, and next thing you know, you made a few payments and maybe it was a Visa card. Well, MasterCard got wind of that. Next thing you know, they're sending you an offer in the mail. So now you have a Visa and a MasterCard. What most people do with credit cards, they start looking at that as income. Hey, I can use this money and only pay a little bit a month. And this is how people end up into a negative cash flow. Now, while I agree that if you're going to be in business and you're somebody that maybe has already built a good credit score, we want to keep that. We value that. But if you're somebody that's had some issues maybe over the last year because of what things that happened and maybe your credit isn't the best, it isn't the end of the world. There's other ways that we can build wealth and get you back on track. But what it comes down to is this. When you're looking at your finances and things are moving forward, as we're starting to put together your $1 million roadmap, I want you to really start thinking about how you're spending your money. The reason you don't have money today is because of stuff that happened yesterday, last month, the decisions that you made. The thought process that you used to get where you are today financially will not change the picture for you. We have to do some different thinking. We have to do some different things. And the first thing that we need to do, I need to get you to be able to handle little money before you can handle big money. A lot of people, like, for example, a guy that's making $20 an hour working in a factory looks at a doctor and he says, man, if I had that income, I would be living comfortable. I wouldn't have any money issues. Well, the problem is the doctor looks around and he looks at the next guy up the chain, maybe the guy that is president of the hospital, and he says, boy, if I was making that kind of money, I wouldn't have any issues. Here's what it comes down to. All three people are broke on a different level. Why? Because they live their lifestyle right to the edge of their income. In other words, they spend the checks that they get every week, as well as some money they don't have. They use Visa, MasterCard, Discover to buy whatever they want. They have cars financed out for 7 years. You have a 30 or a 40-year mortgage. And next thing you know, all your wealth is gone out the window because you're handing it out in bills every month. Now, I go into this a lot more in detail in our Money Mastery course. You can get the Money Mastery course by going to themoneywheelpodcast.com and looking for the link that says Money Mastery. And what that does, that'll cover in a whole lot of detail more than what I'm saying here with just the depth of this podcast. Usually I don't pitch a lot of stuff on here, but I want to make sure that if you're somebody that is looking to change your financial picture, we can do that and get you the necessary training that you need. That's everything I have for this episode of The Money Wheel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.